Hey, welcome to another edition of the Racing Source with your host, Josh Mabe.
Hello. What's going on?
Hey, Josh, who's this guy next to you right here?
Chase Gilroy.
Hey, how we doing, guys?
That's Chase Gilroy. Now, Chase Gilroy, if you're on YouTube, you know Chase Gilroy from Gilroy Vlogs. You've seen him in a lot of my videos, a lot of Roman Atwood videos, a lot of Dennis Rody. Chase is the #1 go-to guy to produce, edit, shoot, direct videos, pranks, whatever. So Chase is in town working with us, and
thank you so much.
We cannot be happier with you here, dude. It's very, very, very. It's an honor, and I'm glad your schedule had holes in it for you to come this way. So, Josh, what's going on in the world of NASCAR?
Well, since last we didn't do one between last race and this, or a couple races ago, we skipped a race somewhere.
Right.
So between the last time we did one of these and this time, 4 drivers were eliminated from the chase for the championship.
Ooh, who was eliminated?
Eric Almirola,
Uh-huh.
AJ Allmendinger.
They're teammates, right?
No,
Okay, who else?
Greg Biffle, and Kurt Busch.
Oh, God. But how did Kurt react to taking, because Kurt, you don't know this, Kurt is a bad boy, kind of a hothead.
He says some kind of interesting stuff in the media center and over his radio sometimes.
His brother's Kyle Busch, and Kyle Busch is a real hothead. He just like by contract, you have to give so much time when you're a driver. You have to give so much time to the press.
Right.
Yeah.
So he'll sit there and like, Kyle Busch, how do you feel about the race? No, he won't answer. Is that what he does?
Yeah, and he wins. One thing is he wins a whole lot of nationwide races. So like he beats like these young guys. I'm not saying Kyle Busch is bad or anything. I'm just saying to point out he wins.
He dominates the nationwide
series. Yes.
But then when he gets in the big league,
he has not won in Sprint Cup since March.
But still, he does win. He does win a Sprint Cup. But what happens? He goes to this. It's like a high school football player going to play elementary, school. But every once in a while, you got this elementary kid who's like, dude, he's like 6 foot and 200 pounds, and
Like a bully.
Like a bully. So he goes, but he's a school bully until another bully comes up.
Yeah, and he finished second in a nationwide race a couple weeks ago.
Who beat him?
I think it was Chase Elliott.
Chase Elliott.
Yeah. But what happened was he had to go in the media center because the top 3 always have to go in the media center following the race. Mm-hmm. And he was so bummed that he finished second in the nationwide race. He went in there and was like, "How do you feel about your car today?" He's like, he just sits there, says, "Nope."
He's an idiot. We went up to him.
And you said an interesting comment to him. You said,
I said, "Hey man, you don't remember me, but I'm your high school teacher." And he just kept on walking like that. He went,
Were you really?
no, I wasn't. I don't.
Oh, okay.
He's not that much older than I am. So than he is. Kurt Busch is. Kurt Busch was cool. The same race we were at, Kurt Busch came up and spoke. He was very, very cool. Who else was out of the chase?
just those 4 for now. But in a couple races, there'll be 4 more that get eliminated.
Okay, for people at home who are listening and watching, and for Chase who doesn't understand Chase and the chase. Does it Chase? I know what the chase is.
Coincidence?
I think not. What is the chase?
The chase is for the final 10 races of the year, the drivers get into a championship battle. Certain drivers this year it was increased to 16, and there's elimination rounds. So it started with 16 in the chase. Well, there's 43 cars that entered every race, by the way.
Right.
But so a couple races ago, we started the chase with 16 drivers. Then a couple races later, we eliminated 4 drivers down to 12. So now we have 12 in the chase. A couple weeks, we'll eliminate it down to 8. Then we'll eliminate it down to 4. And then those final 4 will go to Homestead Miami Speedway for the final race of the year. And whoever finishes best out of those 4 wins the championship.
Who do you think's in the lead for the chase right now?
My picks right now, I'm going to say Jimmy Johnson, Joey Logano.
Joey Logano, really?
Yeah.
How many?
He's been doing great this year. I'm Dale Jr. and I'm going to say Kevin Harvick. Those are my final 4 who I think are going to be in the final 4 this year.
And how many races has Joey Logano won?
At least 3.
And you don't know a lot about NASCAR, but
Not too much, no.
You don't know anything about NASCAR.
Well, I know that they keep driving around in circles until someone waves a checkered flag.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and that's exactly what. That's what I thought. Well, what? Just push your pedal down harder. It's funny. It could be the last lap of the race. 2 laps. So let's say 2 laps. There could be a caution thrown up.
Yeah.
and everyone has to go into pit road.
Yeah, it changes. It's basically the crew chiefs. I don't think are given a lot of credit, but they are the ones who do a lot of it's. The
drivers are just chess pieces. They're
the ones who drive the car, but the crew chiefs are the ones who makes the strategy. The crew chief's the one who decides when to pit. And if you pit, you're gambling basically because you could lose track position. It depends on how.
Or you may be. A lot of people running on fumes. We got 3 laps to go. And we're on empty. So they're up there with calculators and whatnot, figuring out, no, if you drop it down to 183 miles per hour, 170, you have enough to make it. If you, and they even tell them turn the engines off on that. When do they turn on the straightaways?
Yeah. Like for example,
they're driving and the curve. Turn the engine off. Start it back up after you're out of the because sometimes they get that centrifugal force and they go around the curves, like depending on the track. They will shut their engine off. Am I saying, is that true? Does that happen? Yeah.
Like, for example, I want to say something that happened in 2010. It was at a road course, and Marcus Ambrose, he's from Australia. He's leaving NASCAR.
I remember this.
To go back to Australia to race for Penske.
And to sell Tupperware. We talked about that last week.
Okay.
No, I'm teasing.
But he was in the lead, and he had to kind of turn his engine off to save gas, and he coasted and lost the lead.
He couldn't get it started back up. He couldn't get it started.
Couldn't get it back started up. Yeah,
I remember that Marcus Ambrose, and that was going to be it was a road course. Where was that?
Yeah,
at?
and that's where he's really good at.
Right.
He actually won a nationwide road course race this year, the day after he announced.
Tell Chase about the drivers who get they're like here's the deal. If they see someone winning, they don't want to win. Yeah. They're like, I guess I need to spin out now. Remember
that's Clinton Boyer. He did that last year in the Chase. Which
if you could create a caution and they got to stop and the race will start over with 2 laps left.
So there's more than one racer on the same team, right?
But they're not.
Yeah.
But they're not.
But they're not in the same car.
They're not like a basketball team. They're not going to throw it at each other. But every once in a while, if you're a driver, you're like, he's on my team. I want him to win one. I'm going to create some kind of wreck.
Yeah, like for example, if like
what happened to Clint Boyer?
Well, Clint Boyer, I forgot the exact positions, but Clint Boyer was he needed some fuel anyway, but he wanted his then teammate Martin Truex Jr. to make the chase. Clint was already locked in the chase.
Martin wasn't.
So he decided to, there's even some radio to prove that he actually did it. So
he was talking cold. Should I? What was it?
Yeah,
what
he was saying, should I throw a caution? Should I?
He had another
just turn left into the wall?
No, he was saying something else. So I think I need to have a bag of Funyuns. It was some kind of code.
Yeah, and then
some kind of code, and go ahead and have that Funyun in the next turn or whatever.
Wow.
So
and Clint wasn't penalized, but his teammate lost his sponsor. Mike Waltrip Racing lost Mike Waltrip's longtime sponsor, Napa, because of that. And
what the cheaters.
And Martin Truex lost his ride, and it was Clint that spun, and Clint's still racing for the same team with same sponsors. He actually has more sponsors.
He pretty much said, all right, I'm going to spin in this next turn, create a caution, and that's just dirty playing. And Clint's a great guy too. He's one of the most loved drivers. And see him doing that was like seeing your mom, smoke pot or something. Like, oh, well, your mom don't do that. It was really disappointing. Disappointing. So, all right, what else have we got? The race coming up is at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Yep, the NASCAR drivers back in their hometown.
Tell Chase the big hometown of
the
Charlotte.
The NASCAR drivers, they're all the race shops where they build the cars, except for one team, or in either North Carolina or South Carolina. Most of them are based in Charlotte, North Carolina. So for some of them, it's just
What's the one team that's not based in Charlotte or South Carolina? Well, who's it?
Furniture Row Racing, Martin Truex Jr.'s team, 78 teams based in Denver, Colorado.
Wow.
So yeah, basically, Chase, what that means is some of them won't even bring their big haulers to the track, or they won't bring all their material, because if they get in a wreck, somebody from their team can just drive back to the race shop and get the material they need and bring it back to the track.
Yeah, but if you're from Denver and you got a race,
I have a feeling Martin Truex Jr.'s number 78 team will be having all their material at the racetrack this week.
And a lot of them they have a spare car. If you go and you check, they have a wreck.
Yeah, they have a backup car.
They have a backup car.
The thing is, if you
that's convenient.
Yeah, if you wreck your car after qualifying and you have to go to backup car, you have to lose you forfeit your qualifying spot and start at the back.
Oh no!
All right, well, let's take a minute here. So a lot of stuff going on. Let's learn about. Tell Joshua's fans about you and what you got going on right now. I'm sure a lot of them know who you are, but what's going besides working with me? What other great things? Do you...
So basically, my whole story is that I found a way to do exactly what I love to do on a daily basis, because I love to do it.
Yeah.
And then just a byproduct of all these things is that I get to make money doing it. So my job is to travel the country and film prank videos or any other types of videos, do photography, graphic design, anything involving a computer software program or artistic photography, whether it be with photos or video. You pretty much call Chase Gilroy. And
you are a go-to guy. You know, I do a lot of, because you live in a different city than we live in.
That's true.
And I do a lot of, you do a lot of phone support for me and Josh.
That's true.
And so we're happy that you're here. And Chase, Josh, well, we captured a lot of stuff today. Chase is producing what I think is a movie prank. It's amazing. It's amazing what we're doing.
I said it best earlier today. We're shooting a prank video with cinematic qualities.
A prank video with cinematic. Josh, we got to get out of here, but who's our buddy that you've interviewed several times? You said the cancer came back with him?
Yeah, Steve Byrnes. I'm a good friend of the show. I've interviewed him before on the old channel, and also several times I've just talked to him.
Tell Chase who Steve Byrnes is.
Steve Byrnes is a pit reporter for NASCAR on Fox, and he is also the host of NASCAR Race Hub, one of the hosts along with Daniel Trotta and Adam Alexander, both of whom have also been on the show.
Daniel's been on the show before?
Daniel.
I know Adam, yeah, that video did well. Well, our thoughts, happy thoughts and prayers and positive energy is going to Steve Byrnes right now. He's got head and throat cancer, is that what it is?
That's what he had last time, and it looks like it's back. So he tweeted, I talked to him a little bit this morning on Twitter, a direct messaged him, and he just said that he starts chemo this week.
God.
And
That's unfortunate.
And if you he told me that if y'all want to send him a card, you can send cards to the Fox Sports studio in Charlotte, and where he works, and they will be delivered to him. We might put the link.
Yeah, there you go. Let's do that. Let's put the address, and let's all of Joshua's friends and fans of the Racing Source. Go to theracingsource.com and watch all this stuff, and we'll have a link somewhere in the description
for
of
the address for the Fox Sports studio in Charlotte.
And yeah, it says Steve Byrnes well wishes. All right, we love you guys. Josh, get us out of here.
All right, thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks to Chase for coming today, and hope you all enjoyed the race in Charlotte. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks for watching.
High five, brother.
Woo! Awesome, great job.